it might be an aggressor. I'm not sure, but it's definitely not the standard weird Judiciary half face covered in a sock head. That's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, dudes, what is up? Papa here for WIP video number 9. That's right, we are one away from double digits. I cannot believe it. Channel news is super quick. I finally finished the Custodes Commission. Well, phase 1. Phase 2 is just a couple dreadnoughts in a vehicle. But it's good to have that one off my plate. A lot of things were learned. I'll cover that in the my section. And finally, I won a game of Kill Team after going 1-25. It feels good, you know. It feels nice winning once every 25 games. Let's see if we can bring that into more of a normal margin here. I am bringing something different tomorrow. I'm hoping it pans out. But anyway, so that's it for the news. Not much else going on. Kind of a quiet couple weeks. A few projects in the back burner, but I'll get to that. All right, my projects. Like I said, I finally finished the Custodes Commission. A lot of lessons learned here. White, I've never done white power armor before, so that was quite a learning curve. Also, the power, the lightning stuff on the power axes and the spears and everything, that was a lot of fun. I did different glazes, did different highlights, and I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to learn more and do more with that. But I think, especially for having never done a lot of this stuff before, I've never assembled a Custodes before, never done white power armor. It was a really fun project, and I really enjoyed it. Now I'm super excited for the big tanks and vehicles, because I think with vehicles and tanks and things like that, I'm able to get pretty good blending and transitions with the airbrush. And I'm super excited to use the Pro Acro whites again. Those were such an amazing paint to use, and I just can't wait to work on those things. All right, here's what I'm working on next. Kind of a quick, it's supposed to be super quick, but honestly, it took me forever to find any kind of inspiration, and it's still a struggle, because I'm trying to get funky colors, but also strong and believable. But in the end, I'm just going to make it funky and frightening and try to use kind of a blue as the tie-in color, because that's what the customer had asked. This is something I'm pretty proud of, these little Eldar ruins and everything. A lot of cool colors, strong colors, but natural tie-in, and then the actual bone white of the Eldar runes plus the ruins. There we go. Plus the glowing runes. I'm really excited. And then plus I'll be using like some kind of the gemstone stuff for up here to make it look nice and shiny and everything. So these things are almost done. The majority of this is almost done. And as soon as this is finished, I get to start working on my Space Wolves commission. But between this being finished and I get cracking on that one, I've started compiling my 2,000 points in 2021. Now, this is more than 2,000 points when you consider that I'm still missing heavy intercessors. The whole Indomitus box is essentially going to go into this army. And it might not be competitive army. I just love the models, and I can't wait to build them and paint them and get them ready and put them in a box or put them in a storage case. These things, I don't know if the servo turrets are useful, but I think they look sick. And the Mario Kart, that looks cool too. I've seen a lot of really, really cool things about it. Like Origin Painting had one where it had some grav plates, and I might see if I can learn how they did that. All right, works in progress. Cryptics on Studios here, showing off some of the work he's doing for his 30K Ultramarines. This is kind of the standard Ultramarine he said he wanted to go for here. There's going to be a little more weathering on the gold and stuff. And then here's kind of, I think this is a captain or a lieutenant. I'm not sure. I think this is like a lieutenant or sergeant. And then sideways is your captain. I don't know. But he did mention that he was doing some weathering and some scarring and some battle damage and stuff like that. And I think it looks good, man. Nice scratches. Really, really cool. I'm excited to see. This is such a cool metallic blue. I think it looks really nice. Happy Heretic showing off some of the scatter terrain and also watching some Black Magic Craft. That's a great resource for scatter terrain or buildings or things like that. Also showing off some whips here of a couple more nasty Nurgle boys. I love that face mask got shattered and some gross teeth are sticking out. Man, Death Guard I think are some of my favorite models because there's just so much character to them. Black Legion, those things are pretty cool, but there's so much trim work, 1,000 Suns, tons of trim. But I like how this still has a lot of character, but each one feels super unique. So yeah, that's why I like Death Guard. Brush for Hire, I actually missed this one, the previous video, because I didn't check the playlist or the channel that this one is actually in. This is, I think, an Infinity model. And again, with your classic, just bright, not overpowering, just strong pinks and your strong contrasting blues. I love it. It's so indicative of your style and it is so cool. Just seeing that, and then kind of like a drabby ho-hum base, but that's what makes it look hyper realistic, is that you have this out of this world alien beast walking around what looks like just a ruined city. So that's cool, man. I like it a lot. Shades of War Studios showing off some work they're doing for a terrain commission. Now, I have this exact terrain, but all of mine is just like a gray because I have other things to paint. They're a little more important. But this looks really good. I like the kind of the copper. Is it the Cryptic Armor Shade? No, that's the shade. What's that? Not Runelord Brass. Ooh. I think it's one of the new paints. Maybe not, though. But I just like how it contrasts with kind of that alabaster white. Looks nice. Shades of War showing off the progress of the base on this white dragon. I like how it's not overpowering. It doesn't take away from the dragon. It definitely adds to it. And there's a little bit of snow here and there. Little tufts, a little bit of snow. Again, not to draw attention from the dragon, but to create a full picture. And I think you did a great job. BB Miniatures expanding past the little V of completion. Now we're going down to the arm. This looks so smooth and it's all brush. It's incredible how, everyone thinks that in order to get the crystal clear, butter smooth, X, Y, or Z transitions, you have to have an airbrush, but this looks awesome. Space Toy got some new toys from his dad and brother, I think you said. That is awesome. A couple good brushes and an airbrush. I'm excited to see what you can do with that. I mean, what you've been able to do so far with what you have has already blown my mind. So just adding a whole other tool for you to perfect and push the limits. I'm excited to see what you're gonna post, man. Speaking of pushing limits and being awesome, Space Toy showing off this orc bust. Look at this tattoo. I like that. I like when people freehand tattoos. I think it adds a whole different layer to an already pretty incredible bust. Nice work. And Space Toy's inspiration from a tattoo came from Sasha here on this goat boy. Again, I mean, just look, it's incredible to see your process. I guess we decided not to go much bigger here, and that might be a good idea. I mean, you don't want to overpower it. You don't want to take away too much. But I don't know, man. I love ink, and it's funny because I don't have any, but and so he was asking kind of what we should do on the other side of the chest or whatever. And I suggested, and a couple of people suggested, we should have some like nice curly chest hair, some like 1970s hamburger meat popping out. Let them know what you think. Let's see if we can help them out here with that. Painting coach showing off his process for I can't remember the exact process here. Said it in the chat. Not sketching in. It's basically like laying down your highlights first, then airbrushing over them or overbrushing. I don't know. Whatever it is, looks cool. I know this is the Tiefling bust, I think it is, from Loot Studios. That is incredible. Look at the texture. Yeah, the leather texture, and then you have the texture in the strings, and then that different fabric, then the metal. I might actually print this one out, or the other ones. I think their busts are awesome. Still working on that Diablo one, but Pit Fiend. But yeah, looks really good, really smooth, really cool how it comes together. How you don't think about it, how these other colors play. You don't think about how these things come into the scene, more or less, until you see them mapped out here. That's awesome. Bloodclaw Bob showing off some of the custom work on this librarian. I think it's going to be a rune priest, actually. If I remember correctly, he said that his girlfriend made the fur pelt using green stuff. I love this model. I did one of these for the Space Wolf commission. Really cool, good idea. I like that fur cloak going all the way down. I like how you've captured the different materials. You know, you have the fur cloak, you have kind of an outer leather, an inner leather. Looks good. I want to see it finished. Very nice. Pixel Mini Forge working on a couple projects here. First, this is the first female project he's ever worked on. Is this, I think that looks like one of the Grid Wars miniatures from Titan Forge, but I could be wrong. Now, the one reason why I think it is because I think that's one of the Yakuza minis from Titan Forge, and I see another Titan Forge mini back here. This one is actually featured by Titan Forge today on Instagram, so congrats on that, Pixel Mini Forge. But we'll skip down here to this little Herbie the Love Bug. So you're doing some custom modeling. It looks almost like Back to the Future-ish, with pipes and the floaty tires, and then that back there. It might actually be a Herbie the Love Bug thing. I've never seen it, but super small, cool detail. I like that. All right, let's pop over to completed projects. Maurice's Miniatures showing off their work here on the upper of, this thing says 556 NATO. I've never heard of Amoeba before, but this looks cool. I'm not sure if this is like actually an upper, or if this is like an airsoft gun, or if this is a toy. Whatever it is, it looks sick. I think this, I don't know. I don't care if it's real or not. I think it's awesome if it is real. I love the artwork. Great artwork. Good job, man. Happy Heretic showing off, I think this is the Mephitic Blight Crawler. Ooh, so many different names for different units. Now I'm going to kind of brag on this carapace here. I love this texture. Now, is that from oil paints, or was all this texture on the model? It's a funny little face. Looks like he's smiling. Good work, man. I like that. The gross mud, skin transitions, and the verdigris here on the copper. Very nice. Also finished his Lord of Virulence. It appears you've left off your skin/chain skirt here. That's okay. You know, everyone's going to be a little bit different. I like the nasty, drippy blood coming off the claws. Very good. Looks very imposing. Looks like a Lord of Virulence. Space Toy finished this troll. Look at those eyes. He does not look happy. Nope. I love this base. It's cool with the shield and then the tufts of fur there. This log looks real. The straps look like real leather holding it together. Skin. Man, very impressive. Very impressive work. World Cash models showing off what looked like Deathwing from the Dark Angels. Very cool. Super cool. That looks like a Grey Knight helmet for your chaplain, but obviously painted up for your army here. I love the Blade Guard veterans. I think they're some of the coolest releases. You know, you have their oversized pistol scabbards, you have their cloaks, you have definitely advanced, power armor. I think the Indomitus box is such an awesome release. I can't wait till the Heavy Intercessors come out because I'm going to build the crap out of some of those boys. Origin Painting showing off a custom chapter master. This is the Judiciary body with a sweet shield and it looks like a lava sword. It might be an aggressor, I'm not sure, but it's definitely not the standard weird Judiciary half face covered in a sock head. That's for sure. Very cool. I like that a lot. Primaris Ultra 1. I decided to change your name from Luke because this is how you are known on Instagram, so I figured might as well make everything play well together. Your edge highlighting and everything here is significantly better. I know you said that you have kind of changed how you did it a little bit. It doesn't look as worn. The model as a whole doesn't look as worn, but you can actually see two different highlights and then an edge highlight, and I think that just adds a lot of character to this guy. I like this knife sheath here. Very cool. That's such a cool tuft. That's such a really cool tuft there. Unique colors, really plays well against the blue, and very great work on the lenses. Lenses are hard to do. I think you did a great job, man. Battle Standard Studios showing off these Raptors. We saw this last week. I think it's a different shot, but I really like how aggressive their chainswords are. Night Lords are terrifying in general, and then you slap rocket boosters and lightning swords and chain swords on them, and they haunt dreams. So that's really cool. I think they look really cool together. Dorn's Arrow, finishing off this squad here of these, I think they're the Saturnine Terminators. Sons of Horus. Beautiful, beautiful work. Such cool models. I know this was a Kickstarter, I think it was. It has ended, but I think you can actually purchase these models from their store. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description below. But awesome work. Sweet, beautiful transitions. Incredible battle damage. Just a gorgeous squad. Cool decals. Awesome transfers and everything. It's just great work. BB Miniatures finishing the Trogoth commission. It has such a cool family portrait, if you will. Just these such vibrant colors. And then, they're so unique in their own individual ways, but they all have this blue tuft, light blue, underlight glow, I guess, that ties them all together. It's such a trippy squad. Next we have Brush for Hire finishing up a Typhus that he painted up on Twitch. To date, I think this is my favorite Death Guard model. The only other one that kind of comes close is the Plague Lord Destroyer. I don't know. They do the giant, massive, decaying axe. Not this massive, decaying scythe, but a massive, decaying axe. I'll think of the name and I'll type it up on the screen to remind myself how dumb I am. But this is cool. You have your classic armor plate, but I do love the light blue smoke and disgusting flies coming out everywhere. And the tie into the base is just incredible. Pixel Mini Forge finished this Battle Bull. I talked about it while it was a work in progress, and now we get to see it finished. Such a cool coloration. You have this very color cool blue, and then you have this warm fur, and it's a nice contrast, and then you have just a realistic, angry looking face. You did a good job. You did a really good job. I think this is one to be proud of. Very nice. That's it, ladies and gents. I am going to go ahead and call this here. I want to make this ending very quick because I have another video that I'm making right after this called The 5 Things I've Learned After Painting Commissions for a Year. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, an awesome weekend, and yeah, take it easy.